Hi everybody, it's Flat Cap Cafe Racer. Well, it's been 2 years, just now coming up on 2 years, since I've bought this 2023 Tiger GT Pro. And I thought I'd give you kind of update on it. Right now, I don't have the saddlebags or anything on it. I'll do that, put those in a minute in the top case. I'll tell you a little bit of what I've done with this one, any kind of problems I've had with this, and maybe a little bit more information than you didn't know. So stay tuned. Meerkat. All I thought I'd start out with is, this is not my first Triumph Tiger. It's not my second Triumph Tiger. It's not my third Triumph Tiger. But it is my fourth Triumph Tiger. My first Triumph Tiger I had was a 2001 roulette green 955i. I had it for 9 years and I put about 35,000 miles on it. And I think I ended up trading it in for 2010 Thunderbird. So I had a few problems with that, but overall it was a really good bike. Like I said, I put 35,000 miles on it, and only thing I think it ever broke on it was the little plastic fuel line on the rail from vibration, and then replaced that. And that's about that. And I had to replace the ignition key once. That's it. So in 2008, I bought another Tiger. But this one was a 1050, Tiger 1050. It was blazing orange. That's what was the color of it was. I kept it for, was it 2010? About 3 years. And I only put about 8,500 miles on it. And I did not like it nearly as well as I liked the 955, the preceding one that I had. And that had a lot to do with the luggage and passenger, how much higher the passenger set. The bike ran better, the stopped better, it did everything better, but I just didn't like it better. In 2020, I bought a new Tiger. It's one of the Tiger 900 GT Pros. Not this GT Pro, but it was a black one. And I had it for about 2 years, and I put just over 10,000 miles on it. And I was really getting to like that a lot. It really, when I replaced the tires I had on it with Michelin Road 6s, because I primarily ride on the road, it turned out it was very good, for me. But unfortunately, if you look back in some of my videos, you'll find out in August of 2022, somebody stole that bike, my trailer, and another bike from me. So I was out that bike. It was gone, no fault of its own. So about a month after the 2021 was, it was 2021 was stolen, I bought a 2023 Tiger GT Pro, but this time I bought it in the blue. And I've had it for about 2 years, and then I've just now got about 6,000 something miles on it. And I want to tell you a little bit about it. First thing I did, and I do this on a lot of bikes, not just the Tiger, but I like to change the gearing on the bikes to suit what I like, how I like to ride it. They're generally geared a little lower than I would like them. Like for instance, this came with a 50-tooth rear sprocket and a 16-tooth front sprocket. On the first Tiger, I just changed the front sprocket to a 17-tooth, and that was pretty good. But on this one, I changed the front sprocket to a 17. Then when they made a 47-tooth, I bought that. So I've added one in the front and taken 3 off in the back. And what that does is lower the RPMs. I did a video on how much that lowers the RPMs at any given speed. One of the other things that I did with the other one, and I did with this one too, is I bought one of these Pyramid plastic kind of combination chain guards and mud guards, and it keeps the mud and stuff off of the, if you can see in there on that electronic shock. So I think that was a really good purchase, And the time I bought this one, they came out with it in the color to match the bike. So I got that. Another thing I got from Pyramid Plastics was the fender extender. So, and that keeps a bunch of the stuff off of the radiator. The thing I did, Mr. Bill and I have been kind of playing around with these because he's got a Triumph Tiger too, is I changed the bar mounts so they're up higher. This is a riser, this is a riser, and it sets it back a little bit. I made several slides. The picture on the left is with the risers, and the green line shows the difference. This first one, it shows you my back straighter with the risers. In the second slide, you can see that the hands up on the green line are higher with the risers. In the next slide, you can also see that with the risers, your hands are much higher off the gas tank. And finally, all three of them you can see with the 32 millimeter risers and 20 millimeter pullbacks. I'm not the biggest guy in the world, I'm a little shorter. But what that does is lets me sit back in a seat a little bit farther. And maybe that helps me a little bit because I know a lot of people complain about the heat coming specifically from this side. And if you sit with your knees all the way up here, like right in here, I can see getting some heat where you get some heat. But I don't sit that far up, I sit back in here. So I really don't, but I've just kind of made these just to try them out. And I've used them a little bit. They seem to work all right. I'm not getting any heat off of there. I suppose if you're in traffic or something like that, it might blow a little bit. It seems the left side's a little bit more than the right side. On the RPMs, I've cut down the RPM so I can cruise at a little higher speed, get a little bit better gas mileage. And I suppose that would also help with some of the other things that people sometimes complain about these bikes is vibration. You can feel vibration in the handlebars, not so much in the pegs, I don't think, but it's not, to me, it wasn't a problem even with it stock. So I don't find it as a problem. My hands are pretty sensitive to going to sleep. I had a BMW, it was really bad. I couldn't ride it hardly any. And so for me, that's not a bothersome thing, but I think that's an individual. Some people will ride it 5 blocks and say it's too much vibration. You know, that is a complaint. I think some people have put grip puppies on here, and some people have put bark busters, put a little heavier duty thing than the plastic guards here on it to dampen the vibration out a little bit. One thing I did replace on this one, I had one of these little things here, these springy things fall out, and I had to replace that. So other than that, it's a little hard for me to move up and down with one hand, but I can do it, but I have to think about it a little bit. But it is movable when you're riding down the street. The heated hand grips work pretty well. They're not the hottest thing in the world, but it does help. The heated seat, I have a heated seat here and on the passenger seat. They work really well. I think the biggest difference I see between this and the 2021 I think the 21 seat was a little bit more comfortable on both ends. It looks a little bit different in texture. It looks the same other than that, but to me the 2021 seat was a little bit better. I've got a couple pigtails coming out, one for the charger, then I can hook this into this little accessory port here, like a little cigarette lighter port if I want, or I can hook it up to for a heated vest for the passenger, heated gloves. So I do that for my wife. We've used that a couple times. It's really easy to use. The bike has no problems. It just seems like running heated seats on both, heated hand grips, 2 heated vests, and 2 heated gloves. So I've not had any problems with that at all. I've added a couple things here. I added this protective shield for the headlight. So I had this on my old bike also. It comes stock with these fog lights. As you can see, I do not have any kind of crash protection. I had that on the other bike. I didn't put it on this one. I did buy the luggage rack and pannier, top case rack here. And they stole the motorcycles, but they didn't steal the the luggage that went on because it was inside the van. So I was able to rekey my luggage and to the key that's on here now. So I'm using the old aluminum cases on here instead of the having to buy any new ones. The shift assist on this works really well. I didn't think I would use it a lot, but actually I do. Especially when I have a passenger on there. This makes the shifting so much smoother and easier for everybody. The chains on these things seems to wear really, really well. I've went as much as, I'm currently over 2,000 miles on trips without having to adjust a chain. So it works really well. I wish I could say good things about the tires, but I can't. They're Metzeler's, the Torrance Next tires. I didn't like them on the old bike and replaced them with Michelin Road 6s. And the Michelin Road 6 were just so much bigger improvement. So right now, as you can see, this bike's got like 6,300 miles on it. The back tire's starting to square off a little bit, and I'm going to be changing to the Michelin Road 6s when these wear out. But I'm not going to do that before then. Still has stock exhaust on it. Like I said, this is a little thing for my heated vest. I use what they call a cramp buster, usually on both sides when I'm taking tours, and I've hooked up a Garmin in here so I can use that. That's pretty beneficial for me. It's just kind of nice to see stuff, and I've had absolutely no problems with the bike. I just got it the 6,000 mile service done on it. Services are kind of expensive on these bikes. It's about 4 hours, almost 5 hours of labor. So whatever the labor rate in your area is, that's what it's going to cost you. The brakes work really well. I have no squeaks, no rattles, they're still in good shape. They'll probably go, and I use on this bike when I ride it, normally I use a lot of back brake in the turns to kind of settle the bike down. And one of the things I do really like with this GT Pro is you've got that electronic shock adjustment that you can do it off while you're moving down the road. So you can adjust it for single, dual, single with bags, dual with bags. And the bike really is super good on gas mileage. I pretty much, when we're riding 2-up, I'm pretty much 50 miles to a gallon on gas, so the range is just around 250 miles, maybe a little bit better, could be a little bit worse, but around 250 miles, and without any kind of issues at all. The gearing probably helped a little bit on the gas mileage, but the only thing with the gearing is when you're riding 2-up with a lot of stuff on there, instead of going down 1 gear, I might have to go down 2 gears to make a pass. So we just run Mr. Bill's Tiger out at the drag strip. I think that video's already out. And he had the same gearing that I have on this one. And it was just about a tenth or two slower than my bike when I ran it out there. So it's a little bit slower in a quarter mile, but not a lot. And but you just drop the RPMs down, a lot. I think I don't remember exactly what, but it's on the video. It drops it down quite a bit for cruising, and which is what I like. I've put the saddlebags on. They're really easy to put on and take off. I don't use a liner in them. I've never got anything wet. They hold about 11 pounds of stuff, and you can put tons of stuff in here. Then you can put some strapping things on top with the little holders here. I don't know if I mentioned it before, the passenger has a heated seat also. But the top case is pretty big, and I don't use a top case. Some people are top case people, some people are pannier people, and some people are neither. I found that I generally ride with the panniers on and not the top case, and I only put the top case on when I'm going on a longer ride or riding 2-up. Provides a little back rest for my wife. She doesn't like the pads, so we took the pads off. I think that depends on the people. It's got a good hand rest here that you can hang on to. Don't do a lot of sliding forward, although I think this seat is a little bit different than the 2021 as far as I think it's a little bit more down than the 2021 was. Stand's really handy to use. All the controls are really handy to use. I will say that I do like, they changed the display on the TFT now, on the new ones, which I do like. They added some different colors in there, which is pretty nice. But the TFT is, they've wasted a little space with the RPMs and things like that on it. I'll show you that in just a second. The rest of the controls are really easy to use. You got for your high beam here, got your fog lights here. Then this is for your heated seat. You get, I think it's two positions or three positions for that. Then you can change your mode. I don't usually run mine anything but the road mode. Mr. Bill runs this in the sport mode. I've used it in the rain mode a couple times. The blinkers in this switch are easily confused, but once you get kind of used to them, then that's not a problem at all. This is for the home screen. When you go to your bike setup, you can set up how you want to. I have my GPS and my Sena system going through the bike, so I can receive phone calls, and I can do that going down the road. But text messages, it'll receive the text message, but you have to stop to read that, which only makes sense. The seat's really easy to get on and off. One of the best things about this bike is the distance from the seat to the foot peg is really good. I mean, it lets you stretch out to mow bones, and if you got knee problems or something, you'll want a bike that has probably at least a seat to foot peg at least 21 inches. This is, I think, on the high setting is closer to 22.5, so it's pretty high. You can see they have the mileage at the bottom when it comes on. On top, I'm sorry, 6246, and how many days to the maintenance is required, which is 359 days on this. This is what I was talking about. This is kind of useless space here. This is a screen I usually run it in. And there's a lot of screens you can choose from, but I usually run it so I can see the RPMs at the top, miles an hour and things like that. That's just saying it's in road. The bike does not ever run hot over here. You'll never see that. And it gets a long ways on the fuel. So I usually run mine in the dark mode, which have it here. But you can switch to the light mode if you want, or you can have it do it automatically to whichever one you want. But I prefer the dark mode. Just easier for me. That's personal preference. Guess the question is, would I buy another one? Well, I guess I've answered that question because this is my fourth one. So yeah, I'd buy another one. I like it. It's not too heavy. It's not too tall. It's just kind of borderline for me. I'm about 5'8", got about 30-inch NC, maybe 31, and I can ride it pretty well on the high setting. I think if you're 5'6", you'd probably want to get. I think they have a low model and have the lower seat, but I like this one. I put about 52,000 miles on all of them that I've had together, if you added it up, over those 14 years, and I really like the Tigers. I like the 3-cylinder engines. I like this particular engine a little bit better than I like the 800 engine, and I really did like the 800 engine on those. They're very smooth. They sound really good. This one doesn't sound quite as good. It's not quite as smooth, but when you ride it, you can lug it and come out of the turns. It's got a lot better torque and takes off better. Just overall, to me, it's a little bit better engine. But I could see why if somebody had an 800 and they thought that the 900 is a little bit more vibey or a little bit less characterful. I could see that, but for me, I think the 900 is the best overall engine that I've had on any of the Tigers, and that's going a ways. So I'd recommend one. Go out and ride one. If you find the vibration problem, then don't. If you find the heat is a problem, if you live in hot temperatures and you do a lot of city traffic, you're probably not going to like it, because I do think there's an aftermarket people that make aftermarket things that kind of scoop that heat away. So I wouldn't let that stop me, because just really good motorcycle. It's easy on everything. which is what I really like, and it's no reliability problems. Well, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye. Join me and my friends at Flat Cap Cafe Racer for riding and racing. Please subscribe.